Alright, gonna rip the Surron Ultra Bee around a little bit with the dirt tires on it for the last time, or the stock CST tires. And the back one, I mean, I'll burn it off. I'll show you a video. We'll make a video. We'll roast the back tire off before I put the new ones on. Stay tuned for the new ones. Got some nice tires coming. Some golden boys. Stay tuned, they should be here today. Oh, yeah. Holy crap. Woo. All right, got some tire change set up here. Got the back wheel off. Look how much smaller the stock tube is going to be than the new tube. Almost twice as thick. Kind of crazy that it's even going to work. Weird that that even goes on the rim. So let's get this strip off of there. Let's figure out where we're going to put the rim lock. You should put your rim lock on the opposite side. There is the valve stem. And go straight across. So we're going to get it, try to get it somewhere right in between there. So, probably right there where my thumb's at. So we'll get that marked off, get the back tire done, get that mounted, and then get the front tire done as well. Put that on and see if we even want to run it. I might just keep it as a spare or return one of these and get the 3-inch instead of 3.5 up front. I should have done 3.5 in the back, 3.0, you know, right at 3-inch in the front. Because, I mean, like, look how skinny this front tire was. It's crazy. But I think it's just, it might be too much, but we'll see. And then both wheels being the same size, it's kind of like having a, like my 26x4 fat tire e-bike. We'll see how it looks. You know, dirt bikes aren't supposed to look like that, so we'll see. Alright, got the wheels inside. Everything cleaned up. Cleaned the front shaft off last night, and that's drying. See, it's still a little wet. Got everything here in order just in case I forgot. But you got, if you guys are wondering, on the, if you're facing it from behind here, so putting it back together, your shaft's gonna go through from this side in, obviously without the nut on, and then you've got more of like your curved side here that lines up with the nut, versus this one is just flat on each side. So the flat on each side one will go on the outside over here, you know, facing that way. And then also your longer of your spacers goes on the right, this right, versus your shorter. And I'll show you all that later. But my back brake was squeaking like everyone's. Like everyone's checked their rotors probably to see if they're bent or what's going. It's like this gets dirty up in here, and I just went ahead and soaked it in a bucket of soapy water and then rinsed it out this morning in some hot water. I cleaned and lubed my chain up. Still see it's got some crud still like there. I'll get a rag and clean that up more, and then lube that up one more time. thought that was on my seat. And also then, yeah, the front brake caliper, I got that cleaned up as well. Just dropped it down into a bucket of hot water. Let it soak for a little bit. Swish it around. Clean that out. So we got all the brake dust and any kind of debris that might have been in there. They squeak pretty bad. So you're going to want to back this. Oh crap, I forget which way it was now to the I believe it was lefty-loosey. You're loosening it. You'll feel it. So everyone's bike's going to come, and this belt is going to be so tight that it won't even do this. Won't bend whatsoever like that. It will be tight. And then if you go to the right or whichever direction, don't quote me on that exactly. I'll find out later for sure. But if you go too much, you'll feel it. It'll tighten. But you'll want to loosen this on this side and the same one on the other side as you are doing so, and allow that to tension itself. But yeah, that bearing I've seen has a lot of issues because it's tight and people's bearing goes out fairly quickly, because I mean you wouldn't even be able to do that by hand really. It's just, it is super tight. So that needs backed out. It even sounds so much better. That's where that extra whining sound, when your motor is in like a lower RPM, you'll hear it. So all right, let's get that Shinko 241 Golden Boy tire on. Get it on and put it on the back. Well, I'm going to put the front and the back on. We'll see how it looks. I'm still kind of concerned that it's going to be kind of something like weird looking. This isn't weird looking, but these 26x4 fat tire bikes having the same size tire front and back, you don't see that hardly anywhere. I mean, that's, yeah, fat tire in the back, skinnier tire in the front. It's the same kind of with scooters. Yeah, it's a lot wider. Obviously with my Supermoto, but you got a little fatter of a tire in the front, but a lot wider in the back. So we'll see how it looks and go from there. Let's get these Shinkos on. Oh my gosh, I hate myself for this. But look, I almost had the tire on. I had this entire side on. Almost. I was at my second or third to last little tug. And these aren't sharp at all. But I hear it. Oh my gosh. I knew I should have just... I normally don't put any air in them at all and just kind of go, but like you do want to know if you've punctured it. There's vice versa. I didn't use enough powder. I didn't, you know, I just tried to slap it on. That's my bad. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do, because that was one of the heavy duty tubes that I just ordered. The fat ones, as you saw, like how much thicker, how much wider they are than those these stock ones, that little tiny one that's left in there. I can't put that inside of that tire, so there's no way I won't even fill it out. So I'll have to patch it or order a new one. But I've got this marked off. That is on the exact opposite side of the valve stem. And then on this tire, some tires have like a little orange mark, like car tires do, or motorcycle tires do. This one, I would imagine the lightest point of this tire is this triangle that's pointing. So I put the valve stem on the opposite side of the triangle. Normally, like if you're not doing a rim lock, you would put the valve stem right there, if that's the lightest side of the tire, balancing wise. But since I'm putting a rim lock, which isn't too heavy, but it's heavier spinning around with the force than the stem is. So get that done, and then obviously then just gonna have to create another hole on the opposite side once that's done for the little spoke protector. All right, let's get that drilled out. I've got the bits ready here. Not sure what the smaller one I'm going to start with is. It might even be from that side, but I've got a 1/4 and then up to 5/16. So I just took this and just slid that right down into the 5/16 hole right there. Fits perfect. So that's what we've got to widen it out to for the rim lock. So stay tuned. All right. Could have showed you a little bit more of the struggling of the tire situation, but I just skipped that because I was getting a little frustrated. Not gonna lie. Popped the put a little tiny hole. I mean, the very last little tug on that last little spoon, last little lever, just pulling it over the. This was just about to go over the rim, and you're. I was like, oh crap! I was like, I'll move to the back tire. Very last one, I pinched that and also, I went ahead and just patched them. They're good patches, and I put a lot of glue and stuff in there. We're good to go. But it's just mocked up right now. I still need to grease the axles up, grease the front, and grease the back up real good. You want to make sure you get a decent amount of grease on there so it doesn't seize up and comes off easy next time, or for the next person. Always try to help that next person out. But clear. What do you guys think? Clears a lot on that side. Not as much on this, but I haven't kind of gotten that in there all the way, but I'm sure that's kind of how that's sitting for the most part. I thought I would like hate it or be like, it's weird, but you know, obviously like a motorcycle, dirt bike, you're supposed to have a wider, thicker, fatter, bigger tire on the back. Front tire is supposed to be skinnier. Yes, that is a lot of weight. I've picked it up. It's not all the way on there, but I picked this up, and the front end is, well, sorry, I'm not gonna pick that up. The back's not attached to make it to like counterweight. So I can't tell a whole lot, but it's considerably heavier. Like I would say twice as heavy as that cheap toyish tire that was on it. So they're on there now. It's Shinko 241 Golden Boys. Let's get these things on there. All right, I wish I could have shown you more. Getting the wheels back together, I'll kind of run it through. But with, I had one glove on. I wanted to grease the axles really good. So got the front all back together. And really, I mean, you just need to loosen these. Then you need to obviously take that off. And it slides out then that direction. So towards the left, at least mine did. I'm not sure. This is a 2023. And maybe it can go both directions. I didn't really take a look, but that's the way mine was. That's why I put it back. We got the back on here. Sounds so much smoother and feels so much smoother. Loosening the motor. It didn't matter about the cheap, crappy toy-like tires that were on it. It just the big deal is, there we get some light. The biggest difference and the big deal is loosening that. They're all, at least the 2023s, maybe even a lot of 2024s that I saw, all those are coming super tight belt-wise. So check that with it up on a stand, check it with it down on this, off of the stand, because it's going to flex up and make a difference here. So I got my chain all lubed up and cleaned up, shining. This, I believe, is maybe slightly too much. I'll check what it is exactly. Oh, this is right here. 10 to 25 millimeter. Is that with that doesn't indicate if the wheel is up off the ground or not. It's a lot. Alright, so that'll need tightened up. So you're gonna oh yeah, because this was, which makes sense. I mean, it was really tight and you slide the axle out and it's gonna push forward. So, and I didn't have to strain and get those back, but that's kind of weird since those are set. But this one is way in, the other one is twice as far out, almost to its max. So I'll at least set this side out and make sure it's straight as can be. Maybe even run it a little bit at low speed to see how good the wheel and axle are balanced, then tighten everything down. You do whatever you do. Don't follow me to the book, to the T, and then blame me for something. But thanks for watching. And hey, if you're watching, if you watched a few videos, or if you're enjoying this, hit the subscribe button and join my dog and I promise, I keep saying this, you guys are probably like, oh, he's never gonna, it's never gonna go. It's been crappy weather here, and I've been booked solid, e-bike wise, motorsports wise, motorcycle wise. So we got a scooter, 2 motorcycles here currently, 5 or 6 e-bikes in the back area, or in the back. All kinds of different e-bikes I'm working on currently. So business is good. Times are good. So I hope everyone is enjoying life, having a great time, and checking out this video if they're interested in getting some Shinko Golden Boy tires, or getting the Ultra Bee, or whatever it is that you're interested in, or just here because you're bored. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, we'll get this all together, and then I'll rip it around a little bit in the back and then on the road, and then give you my opinion. Alright guys, let's finish this video off just to get some information out there to those of you that are looking to put some better tires on your Ultra Bee, which I don't, blame you for, because like I've mentioned before in this video, those are pretty much like kids' toy dirt bike tires, CST tires. So, in review, as you can see, it's a little dirty. I rode them in the dirt, the trail behind, some woods behind my house, and my path, my little circle path track. I took my dog on a nice walk, so much quieter than it ever was, and that's not just, it's not the tires, it's not even the tires even a little bit really, it's the fact that the belt now is not super freaking tight. You don't hear that extra weird noise that you would hear. I'm not hearing as much of that weird rubby noise that you would hear with your brake caliper in the back or your rotor. I do want to get, sorry about that, the door's squeaking. I do want to get that cleaned up now that it's got dirt in it. You could start hearing the front and the back rotor a little bit, and caliper. I don't know if that's just notorious with these Ultra Bee brakes or what, but let's get this review over with as far as like the tires. I love these tires. I love the way they look. They felt great. You can't even tell the difference between when you're on the road and off of the road. They don't make a weird noise on road. I said, yeah, I was with my dog at one point, but I did rip down the road and back a little bit on this. So, well, I went around 3 or 4 blocks. very quickly. All the way up to about like 45 or so. Feels a lot more comfortable. I'm not sure about the stance. So, yes, it's way heavy. A lot of people should not do this. I never really got my front tire off the ground. Besides, check out the video of me looping this thing. I tried some wheelies. I thought this would be like my, hey, learn to do some wheelies bike. I don't know if I'm all that into wheeling anymore. But I do want to learn. But this is a very heavy front now. Very heavy. Even 3.0 versus the 3.5. The 275 tire. Any newer tire besides that cheap toyish tire, it was so light, it just made the front end so deceivingly light. But I still wouldn't do a 21. I don't need a 21. So the 21-18 combo is really not for me. A lot of people are just going to do that and be done with it on this bike. I would even go like 17s, like supermotos or something. But that's my style. I'm not in the dirt very often. So everyone's got their own preferences. This is my recommendation though. With these Shinko Golden Boy tires. The back, amazing. I mean, amazing. You got plenty of clearance. So, again, just to finalize, this is the Shinko 241. It's 3.50 by 19. And they're both. That's the front and the back. So, we'll see how much I enjoy it down the road. So far, so good. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and keep joining me on this journey. Watch some sidecar journey with me. Some electric bikes that I repair for people. So if you're ever interested in different manufacturers, different problems people are having. This particular customer's bike, this is their son's bike that rides back and forth to football practice. It just needs brakes. It's nothing major, but those hub motors go out all the time though on those manufactured bikes. A lot of controller issues, throttle issues. The batteries go dead every few years or right away, some of them. So, but yeah, stay tuned for some of those videos or check out all the videos I've already got on my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.